Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Caesar the Pleaser. My pen busily scrawls onto the slowly filling page of my notebook. My other hand remains on the page in the reference book I borrowed from the library, marking my spot as my eyes flicker to and fro. Oh, wrong button. As I work, I occasionally mark red circles or underlines to the photocopied sheets of paper that lie on the table in front of me. Wanting to change scenery from the library to avoid the distractions of the classroom, I decided to make use of the Shanghai for some quiet study time. It ended up being nice and quiet as expected, and being able to get coffee while I study is a nice bonus. Hanako may have returned to her normal self since she came out of the room, but I've done quite the opposite. Daily routine may have returned to us, but I feel as if I'm a different person. Maybe I'm not. It's only been a few days after all, since I decided I wanted to try to get out of the rut I found myself after my accident, but I want to change. And I'm not actively working towards that goal. Or at least, I would like to think that I am. This is impossible. Brute forcing isn't going to work. It's more, I have another piece of writing that I have to do after this. That's going to be no easy. I look up to a mild surprise in this person's tender voice. Yuko stands in the heat of the table with a damp towel in hand. Clearly having taken the opportunity to clean the tables while no other patrons were around. She looks curious. Her eyes has much on my own work as on me. But what's the matter? I was just wondering, what sort of work did you have so much trouble with? Oh, it's just history. I'm fine with science and math, so I'm trying to get my other subjects up to par. Yuko looks positively delighted at this development. I feel like I chose the right answer on some big quiz show. Oh, I think I can help you with that. If you don't mind, of course. I briefly considered turning down the offer in order to not cause her too much trouble, but she looks too excited about this for me to do it. It would be mean to shoot her down like that after such a reaction. If you're willing to help, I'd really appreciate it. She claps her hands together and quickly deposits her towel on the counter before returning to taking a seat across from me. I take my notebook off the top of the textbook and hand it over to her to peruse. So you're studying the Edo period. Oh, hey! Yeah, I'm not really much good at this, though. She takes the textbook and reads a few pages from a random section near the middle for a bit. But the aurora of enthusiasm radiating previously is rapidly stepping away. I'm guessing this isn't the kind of history you're expecting. Unfortunately not. My name area is European history, especially in the classical era. Sorry. She looks a bit downcast, but as she carefully closes the book as it lays back down on the table, her face perks up again. Would you like another cup of coffee? Huh? Oh yeah, sure. I reach forward to get my bucket bag as Yuko gets up, takes my mug, and slowly walks to the counter and make another brew. As usual, she absolutely silent as she does this. Every ounce of her concentration is focused on not tripping over or dropping the plain white mug. As I take the opportunity to lay back and relax for a bit, the hum of the coffee machine filling the otherwise quiet air. It's small details like that which makes me realize how much I've come to appreciate the little things in life. The peace and quiet of the local town, the discipline and order of Yamago, the green of the trees that were so rare in my home city, that the relaxed pace at which the aging residents live their lives. Everything feels so certain. It's comforting. I can feel myself beginning to nod off when the sound of the mug coming to the rest on the table grabs my attention. Seems like it's arrived not a moment too soon. Yuko takes her previous seat once again as I pick myself up and bring myself hand around the mug and check its temperature. It's just a little too hot to drink right away, so I blow on it a little. Yeah, it's a shame that you do not like history at all that much. I sort of guess you might be more into science. How so? You've nearly read out the entire science fiction section of the library already? It wasn't hard to notice. You do have a good point there. Well, what can I say? You pegged me just about right. You sound like you really take an interest in history, though, especially considering how specific you were about it. Do you study that in that area or something? Go on. Digs overseas? She giggles nervously at the thought. I'd like to visit the Mediterranean sometime and see the old agriculture and art for myself, but I don't think I could trust myself to handle such delicate things. I'm saving up for the formality studied it in the university, though, although I also read upon it whenever I have free time outside of work. So Miki was right about her university aspirations. Considering how she fares as a waitress, a more theoretical path may suit Yuko better. It's nice to hear that she has some ambitions though, considering how hard she works. I nodded to take a careful sip of my coffee, but now it's cooled to the right temperature, so I begin to drink while keeping an eye on the book below, trying to read at the same time. A few minutes pass quietly. Yuko looking out the window, watching the world go by while I have my coffee and study. A movement catches my eye and I look up to see Yamako smiling, waving someone outside. Following her gaze, surprisingly reveals that someone to be Hanako. Oh hey! She's looking at us from the side of the street across from where we are. Her usually all too visible timidly is largely absent. Probably thanks to there being so few people around us right now. Evidently, she decides to join us after a little wave. She gives a quick glance up and down the street, crosses towards the side of the cafe is on. Hey, Hanako. The familiar doorbell to the Shanghai rings out as Hanako enters and makes her way to the table we're sitting at. Hello. Good afternoon. Hi, Hanako. What's up? Nothing. Just going for a walk since the weather was nice. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm glad I decided to study here instead of the library. It's comfortable in here. Thanks to that. Better than sometimes quite stuffy library. I look to Yuko, who nods in response. It's nice. It's a shame that the summer can't last forever. Oh wait, sorry, would you like a drink? Hanako shakes her head. Thankfully, it's enough to calm Yuko back down. How are you going with studying? Okay-ish. Oh yeah, have you talked with Lily? I'm interested too. How is she doing? She's enjoying it, I think. I think we're all going to get out of her. Being around Yuko is tensing her up. It would be nice to travel to Scotland. I don't know why, whenever I say Scotland, I always have to do the accent, or it just comes natural. Like, oh hey, you ever want to go to Scotland? Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Scotland. I don't know why. It's a nice feeling, you know, when to say that I've got a private school in Scotland, right? Yes. I have to do the face every now and then. Come on. Yes, I had to go to Scotland in private school. Yes. Greenfield's castles, lovely small towns, men and goods, interesting history. The men, of course you want to go there for the fucking men, you go fucking pervert. I can't tell you the appeal of men and kilts myself. It does seem like a picturesque place though. Check the recording. No, as we talk the jingle, the doorbell rings again. Hanako startled, noticing Yuko's panic expression at the prospect that she might leave customers to wait a handful of seconds due to her chatter with us. Yuko gives us a quick bow and hastily skitters over and greets the new customers. An elderly man and his wife. I watch her for a bit, craning my head around to get the good view. Hanako staring at me with her one visible eye. She averts her head in embarrassment as I try to make eye contact. I was just thinking that it's nice to have ambitions for the future. Yuko was telling me a little about her university aspirations before. Aww. It's a shame. If she wasn't so neurotic and overworked, I think she'd really be a happy person. As much as I like to play host to Hanako and entertain her for a bit, I do need to study as well. To be honest, I don't think the distraction from Yuko helped either. Sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I need to try to get this done, otherwise I'm going to flunk history exams pretty hard. I'm not fronting my hair in frustration. The letter needs doing as well once I get back to my dormitory room. I hope I have more luck with that than this. Damn. What with? Oh, I was going to write to Iwanako right now though. This is more important. All I've done is rattle myself. I can't focus on the work in front of me when my stomach is slowly churning at the protests of actually attempting to write her back after all this time. I force myself to concentrate on the book, picking up my pen once I have a quick sip of coffee. After a few seconds, Hanako stops silently watching me and leans back in her seat, relaxing as much as she ever seems to be able to, looking out the window to pass the time. We stayed like this for a long time before leaving the dormitories together. Leaving for the dormitories together. I'm surprised she had the patience to wait for me out. Iwanako's letter lies on my desk, besides a blank sheet of lined paper and an unused envelope. The taping of the pen is the only thing I heard this late at the night. As I feared, my second task of the day turns out to be just as difficult as the first, if not harder. It's so many months since we saw each other. Even so, I can still remember what she looked like, what she sounded like, and what she acted like. By now, though, the little details are beginning to slip away. When I first saw her letter, I barely recognized her handwriting at all. Even the pink pen she always used was forgotten until her writing reminded me of it. I wonder why she didn't use it for the letter. She used to write everything with it. Maybe she thinks it's too immature now. I should be thinking about myself and about what I want to communicate with her. My mind can't stop concentrating on her, though. On the past, we shared it before it was taken away so suddenly. The bright and slightly garish decorations suit her sense of aesthetics. Picking up the letter to take a closer look at it, I gave a long sigh. This is the last link binding to me to my past. And Hanako didn't suddenly cease to exist when she left my hospital for the room for the last time. But I needed this letter to remind me of that. I had all those feelings neatly filed away. I felt as if I didn't need them. That I could just begin life completely anew. It was easier that way. Sorry about that. Fucking phone pisses me off. People can't shut the fuck up and stop calling. But yeah. Continuing. In the end, wait, let me check my... In the end, I suppose that it was a rather naive thing to think. Sooner or later, my past would have caught up with me one way or another. But what am I supposed to say to her? Thank you for bringing me closure. All the letter did, it was, in the end, the sense of closure I previously felt. Try as I might, I can't write so much as a single word down the paper in front of me. I can't even think of what exactly I want to say. Putting the letter down on top of my blank sheet, I gathered the materials together and filed them away in my drawer. The clock of the desk makes as it closes me makes me momentarily tense in frustration. Before I get up to grab a drink from the vending machine on the first floor, I try it, but I couldn't do it. After all the time that's passed, I still don't know how to deal with it with Hanako. Okay. The fuck? Alright, cool. Just leave it like that. Alright, I guess, you know. What the fuck? That's so... Alright, I don't know why it just cuts it off.